Between the hedges, Georgia dogs coming out. War Eagle flying over Jordan hair skies. Hottie toddy down in Oxford, rebels rise. Cowbells ringing in Starkville all night. Rocky Top singing in that Leland light. Anchor down Vandy, black and gold pride. Gamecocks crowing in Columbia loud and wide. Saturday Live, y'all know the deal. SC Pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Saturday Live, y'all know the deal. SC Pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Gators in the swamp, chomping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Reds battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zoe, black and gold fight. Boomer sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday Live, y'all know the deal. SC Pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Saturday Live, y'all know the deal. SC Pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score.
Welcome to this presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're a little late. Had to get some stuff taken care of, but we here, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Frazier. Welcome around the Water Cooler, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. We thank y'all so much for joining us, man. Tonight, around the Water Cooler with us, it is from SEC season. It is Auburn Tez. Tez, what's going on, man?
Man, what's happening, man? Feeling pretty good. How about y'all?
That's what's up, man. And the man, the myth, the legend himself from Auburn _Addicts TV, DC Wolf. What's up, DC? How you feeling, man?
In the words of Marcus Fitzpatrick, let's go, let's get it.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler, as always, man. Before we get into it, you already know we got to take care of some business first, man. Do me a favor, go subscribe to these YouTube channels. Subscribe to I got Tez over at SEC Season, man. Subscribe to I got Tight Sports, Alabama Football Megacast. I got DC Wolf over at Auburn _Addicts TV. Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. I got B Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast, man. I got Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and on Twitter. I got Kid Country over there at Kid Country on YouTube. And of course, Bubba and the old man, Auburn Sports Talk, the legend himself. Also, go subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk when I got Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carr. And I got Dylan over at the College Loop, man. Do us a favor. Also, go mess with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. You want to feel like a star? Follow I got DJ, man. That's my quarterback. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood _media. That's Holly with an EY. And of course, follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Mess with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Also, do me a favor. Go shout out I got Chef Country. Adelines, 2371 Highway 14, Otaugaville, Alabama, man, where we do it right. Telling you, man, I'm telling you, man, you want to be there. Be in the place, man. Otaugaville, Alabama. Take your family on a day trip. It's not that far. It's not. We will be there October 17th, 2026 for the Auburn versus Georgia game, man. We'll be going live from there. And guess what? Hopefully we can get some of that strawberry banana pudding is what we can. That is from Chef Country himself, man, at Adeline. So please make sure y'all in the place, man. We'll be there, man. Also, do us a favor, go subscribe to our socials, man. Subscribe to us at CoolerSpot23 on Twitter, at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Of course, the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. Visit our website, www.watercoolertalksports.com, for all of your college football, SEC football, and of course, Auburn football news in written form. High school's coming soon, man. High school recruits coming soon. We appreciate y'all so much for that, man. That's www.watercoolertalksports.com, man. If you want to support the channel financially, man, you can join us. $5.99 a month. First off, you get member-only exclusive content, and then, of course, you support the channel, man. That's what you do. If you want to, you can super chat, man. We take super chats, man. We appreciate all y'all for supporting us and coming around the water cooler and chopping it up with us as well. Fellas, man, y'all ready to get into this topic for tonight, man?
Yes, sir.
Let's get at it, man.
I like it. Before we do it, we got to shout out everybody in the channel. 5 Adam in the chat. What's up, 5 Adam? What's going on, my guy? How you feeling, man? Hope you feel good. He tell us every day, 7-5. He tell us every day Auburn go 7-5. That's what he tells us. Okay. Tell us every day. But shout out to 5 Adam, man. The Huggy Beard himself, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, the Rooster Mac is in the chat. What's up, Huggy? How you feeling? Everybody's favorite insider. Drove past Baylor Stadium today, and he went and saw Cam Coleman today at Texas. So shout out to Ant, the insider, man. What's up, Ant? How you feeling, man? Hope it's good. My guy Wade is in the chat. What's up, Wade, man? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? D-Lev letting us know he already smashed the like button. We need you to do the same thing. Hit that like button, man.
Facts.
Hit it. So you know this. So it'll help us in their algorithm, man. I got Jay in the chat. Rocket, what's up? What's up, Jay? How you feeling, man? Hope you feeling good. Hope you feeling great. Tim, the tool man, Taylor is rocking with us as well, man. He said, hit that like button on the way in. That's what I'm saying. Everybody telling you to do it. Just do it. It's not that hard. Just do it, man. Mike McKinney in the chat, as always, fellas. War Eagle, what's up, Mike, man? How you feeling, man? And of course, he rocking with us, man. Calvin Peterson, what's up, man? He said that strawberry banana pudding look good, man. So shout out to him, man. We appreciate Calvin, man. Jay Prince Jr. in the chat with us, man.
There he is.
What's up, man? Boy, you can tell my guy. Hope you're feeling great, man. Let's get into this conversation, man, because I don't want to keep us too long on this Good Friday night. Well, it's not Good Friday, but on this great Friday night is what it is. I don't want people thinking Easter is Sunday. I don't want people thinking that. All right, we got about a month. We got about a month to go, man. Man, Auburn being disrespected, man.
Really?
Auburn being disrespected.
Okay.
And I don't think people understand where I'm coming from with this, because Auburn's being disrespected.
Okay.
That's what it is, man. Last week, FanDuel's win totals came out.
Right.
Auburn was at 6.5 when it first came out. Tennessee was at 6.5 when it first came out. Florida was at 6.5 when it first came out. But in a matter of a day and a half, Florida got juiced to 7.5. Tennessee got boosted and juiced to 7.5. But Auburn stayed at 6.5. And tonight, what we want to do is we want to look at some numbers. We want to look at some statistical values, and we want to look at some things and see if it was warranted for those two teams to get boosted to 7.5 and Auburn still stick at 6.5, man.
Okay.
Let's do it. We elite around here is what it is. We are elite. Ladies and gentlemen, man, first things first, man, before we get into it, man, does Vegas know something we don't know, or am I just wrong? What's your thoughts on that, DC?
Of course, man, if you look at the line, man, it's always Vegas. It's money moving, probably. Number one, it's probably money moving. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say yes, Vegas does know something we don't know. They usually do. so basically, it's the reason it's moving. And it might not, and we're gonna talk about it and get into it, but just off the cuff, man, the first thought I had was money moving.
So basically, they saying I'm wrong. Is what you're saying. I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a good reason why, though. It's a good reason why. We're gonna get into it though.
Okay, Ted, what's your thoughts, man?
Man, I don't know. I think the initial line probably was fair. I guess, but like DC said, once that money starts to move and you start to see those lines move, I don't know, man. Vegas is not in the business of losing money.
That's right.
Right? That's not what they do. There's a lot of, you have people that say, "Oh man, don't trust Vegas." Always trust Vegas. The house always wins. Trust me, they are not in the business of losing money. We'll see, man. What that tells me is not enough y'all in the chat taking over.
Yeah. Yep.
Woo! Well, fellas, let's go ahead and talk about it, man.
Let's do it,
this,
man.
Let's compare these schedules side by side. Let's compare them side by side. And I want to have a conversation about it. I want us to talk about what we think about it. Is that warranted? Should those teams be the same? Is it warranted for Texas? I mean, excuse me, not for Texas, but for Tennessee and for Florida to be where they are, and for Auburn to be where they are? Well, you know what? Let's take a look at it. Let's go to the graphics here. Let's take the strolling banner off, because I want everybody to be able to see this. You go to the strolling banner here. If you can see this, if it's good, this is what it is. This is strength of schedule. This is what the strength of schedule was telling us right here. Strength of schedule right here is telling us preliminary what each team looks like moving forward, for this upcoming season. That's what this is telling us, right? So if you look at Auburn, it says Auburn has the number 8 nationally ranked schedule, which basically saying by this standard on a scale of 5 stars is 4.5 is what it's saying. Number 3 in the SEC. And at the bottom, you see where it says you have in red, you have rivalry games. Anything that's in green is what they're considered to be CFP level opponent. And then everything that's in yellow is what's considered to be a marquee opponent. So green and yellow are considered to be marquee opponents for this schedule.
Okay.
All right. You look at Florida. Florida has the number 7 ranked schedule in the nation. Number 2 in the SEC. They have the same thing. You look in there, they have 5 marquee games on their schedule. Only one of them they are saying is a CFP level opponent. And then you get over here to Tennessee. You look at Tennessee. Tennessee, number 22 in the nation. Is what it says. Number 10 in the SEC. They also have 5 what are considered to be marquee level opponents, and only one CFP contender from what they are saying this roster could look like. But looking at Texas A&M, I believe has an 8.5 over under. So they're basically saying Texas A&M has the opportunity to potentially be in that conversation as well. Let's go back to Auburn, man. I don't think I did it. Auburn has 6 marquee games. They're including Baylor in that as well.
Okay.
Baylor is a marquee opponent, is what they're saying. But when you look at this, I'm starting with Tez on this. When you look at this, Tez, what does this tell you? Are we being disrespected? Should we be? Should we be boosted up, or should Texas and Florida come back down to where we are at 6.5?
I don't know. Like I guess I think we should be. I think 6.5 honestly is probably a good number for us. Just being perfectly honest, just based on last year. Now looking at the schedule, we went through it. I said it would be 9 games. I can find 9 wins on that schedule if I wanted to. But in terms of a betting number, 6.5 I think is probably fair. I'm surprised at the Florida one. That is the one that is like, okay, if Florida's moving up, you're saying that Florida is a 7.5. So you're saying 7 or 8 wins for Florida. I'm looking at their schedule and I'm looking at what they put on the field last year. And what gives you that hope, right? I don't know if Vegas actually considers like the roster and the pieces and all that stuff when they put these numbers in, because they have a quarterback that hasn't done anything. Well, I'm not gonna say hadn't done it. I'm not gonna say hadn't done anything. I'm just saying like he's a new quarterback. They do return James Barr, but they have a lot of things in Florida that they got to get right to win some of these games. And as far as Tennessee goes, I mean, Tennessee is like returning a lot of talent. That schedule, that's crazy. It's 22. It is fairly easy, I would say. Much easier than us. I know Auburn is always going to have the toughest task, especially when you get Alabama and Georgia on the road. Nobody else in the country is going to have to do that. Like we have 3 road games: Alabama, at Tennessee, at Georgia, at Alabama. You're not going to find nowhere else on nobody else's schedule.
Man,
it's just as simple as that. Those are 3 of the toughest road games in the country. So with all that being said, yeah, maybe they are disrespecting us a tad bit. but I think, like I said, man, those numbers are do get determined by the way the money moves. I think just like the betting public doesn't have a lot of confidence in Auburn winning over 7 to 8 games.
Okay. I want you to hold that thought though. But we'll talk about it in a minute. DC, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm gonna say Auburn, I think, is right where they should be at 6-5. I think Florida, man, I don't think it's a reason physically, with looking with our eyes, that they should move to a 7-5. Sorry, Keith, but that got to be a money move. They have a tougher schedule than Auburn. They've been in the same rut. They are twins right now as far as program wins and losses.
You're saying Florida has a tougher schedule than Auburn?
You said number 2, right? It's number 2 in the SEC.
They're number 2. Auburn's number 3.
Right, but what I'm saying, yeah. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying they shouldn't be ahead. They shouldn't jump ahead because they have a tougher schedule.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? It's not warranted because they have an even tougher schedule than Auburn. So I can't see them moving to 7-5 and Auburn staying at 6-5. They should be even at 6-5. If you look at recent history, it's the same between Auburn and Florida. There's no reason the team being disrespected in this. And let's get it going, bro. The team being disrespected in this is Tennessee. They shouldn't even be listed. They shouldn't even be listed with Auburn and Florida. If you look at Tennessee recent history, bro, Tennessee have they won even 6 games in the last 5 years. So moving them up, boosted, should be warranted just off of their recent history.
Okay.
Heupel is not fielding 6-win teams. You feel what I'm saying? So they are the team actually being disrespected. Being even, you know what I'm saying? Even in the conversation with Auburn and Florida. Auburn and Florida, man, as my boy says, like, bro, we've been losers. Tennessee hasn't. You know, I'm just be honest. Sorry, Keith, but we've been losers, bro. We got to come out this cellar, and Tennessee hasn't. So Tennessee, I think the move is warranted. Even looking at their schedule, they got an easier schedule. You feel what I'm saying? But Florida has a harder schedule. No, bro, they should move nothing backwards, maybe. Sorry, backwards. You know, but that got to be a money move, though. But go ahead, man.
So basically, you saying that the team Auburn isn't being disrespected. Auburn is right. Where you think
I agree.
But your argument is that Tennessee is the actual team. That's being disrespected in this whole situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at their recent history, bro. They should. You know what I'm saying? They should be at least 7 and a hook. You feel what I'm saying? Because
they are now. They are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should.
They was juiced 7.5.
Yeah, they should be there, man. Because
we'll probably get higher than that too.
Yeah, we said the same thing last year, bro. And you know what? They win 8 games. You know what I mean?
They did.
Everybody was like they're gonna fall off the map, and if win 5-6 games, they won 8 games last year, man.
Okay.
So
all right. Okay. Clip this.
Clip it.
No, I did that for a reason.
I got you. I know.
Let's start right here, man. Let's look at each coach individually. And if you want to look at a separate coach to compare to them, we can definitely do that because I have it. You know, we are elite around here. That's what we are. We have it. We can do it. Let's look at these 3 coaches. Let's start with Alex Golesh. So you look at Alex Golesh right here, right? You're looking at an overall coaching record of 23-15. You sit here and you say to yourself, this is a guy that has the opportunity to do some great things at Auburn. 3 straight bowl appearances at USF as a head coach. Had the number 1 offense at Tennessee when he was the offensive coordinator in 2022. I think he had the number 3 offense this past season at USF. And ESPN ranked him as one of the top 30 coaches that's going to define this decade. That's something lofty right there, in my opinion. That's very lofty. Let's take a look at John Summerall. You look at John Summerall, 42-12 as a coach. Overall record. He's had 4 conference title games every season as a head coach. He's been to a conference title. You know, he did it at Troy twice. He did it at Tulane twice. 2-time Sun Belt champion when he was at Troy. Has a .79 win percentage, which is the 5th highest among active FBS coaches, is what he has. And you can see there, you know, his coaching styles: Kentucky, San Diego, Ole Miss, Troy, Tulane, and now Florida is what you see from him there. Let's take a look at Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel, 73-28 overall as a head coach. 22, he was 2022. SEC Coach of the Year is what he does. You spoke about how Tennessee is being disrespected. It's a guy that had a CFP appearance in 2024, even though they lost to Ohio State on the road. 0.72 win percentage, which is 0.72 win percentage, which is top 5 nationally, apparently. And you can see his coaching stops there as well. You know where he's coached at, as the OC, and as the head coaches, as the head coach as well. When you look at these three guys that we have just looked at, I mean, I have a feeling I think I know exactly where the answer to this question is going to go. When you look at those three guys and you have them paired together in that realm of 6.5, 7.5 overall win percentage total. When you look at them and you look at what has been written about them, what has been said about them, what is just seeing them as coaches. I think Heupel is the only one that has done it in the SEC as a head coach. Golich has done it as an offensive coordinator underneath Heupel, as a matter of fact. John Summerall has been in the conference, but he wasn't a coordinator. When you look at that, which coach do you personally feel? Let's take fandom out of it. Which coach do you personally feel over the next decade, the rest of this decade, and the rest of this decade, which is like 4 more years, and then the next next 6 will go as the next decade, has the ability to have sustainable success moving forward in this era of college football? Start with you on that one, Tess.
Okay, that's a great question. Sustainable success. Okay, if I take my fandom out of it, I'm perfectly honest with you. I'd probably be Josh Heupel. It'd probably be Josh Heupel because I've seen him. We're seeing it being built at Tennessee. We have actual evidence of him building this in the SEC at the program that he's at. Right. So let me rewind. I don't want to do the whole American versus SEC thing. We'll just say at the current program that he's at right now. He's at Tennessee right now. We actually have seasons of him at Tennessee, and we can see the progress. 1,000-yard rushes back to back. With 3 1,000-yard receivers last year. Tennessee's a problem. If I had to, I guess I go ahead and rank them. Of course, I probably would go with Golich. All right. And I know that sounds like a fan pick, but I want you guys think about this.
Wait, hold on. You picked Heupel, then you said Golich.
No, I'm saying if I were to rank them, Heupel's at the top.
Okay.
Right. So if I were to go to second, I would probably go with Golich.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And like I said, fandom aside, if you think about this, if Alex Golich had went to Florida and took Byron Brown, Cole Skinner, all those receivers, all those tight ends down there to Florida with him, we would be having a completely different conversation about Florida. We wouldn't be putting these two on the same level at all, right? The only reason that you can come from the USF and bring all that talent with you and people question it is because it's Auburn and you guys have been losing and you have been what you have been for the last couple of years, right? You really think about it. Just think about it. You got a coach that brings his entire offense to a school. If you do that at Florida, if you put Golich down there at Florida, we're high on the public is going to be high on Florida, right? There's no reason that a coach that brings in his entire offense is ranked the same as a coach who's bringing an offense, who's bringing in players who, Eric Philo, we don't know what that's going to be. To answer your question, though, it's probably Josh Heupel. One, because we've seen the evidence already, and two, because we've seen him lose a quarterback, replace it with another quarterback, and it was business as usual. So that's why I would go with it.
DC?
Man, I don't think it's a question, Josh Heupel, man. We've seen it done in
Wow,
essence.
no
We've seen
question
it.
with Josh Heupel.
It ain't no question, bro. It shouldn't. Again, he getting disrespected. He even been put on the list with these guys, bro. He's done it, man, since he's been at Tennessee. The dude has produced, you know what I'm saying, at a high level. You feel what I'm saying? So the guys we have, man, we're just projecting right now. We haven't seen them do it. We've seen, and I would go Alex Golesh next because we, at least as a coordinator, we've seen him do it on this level. You know what I'm saying? The Florida coach, we haven't really seen him prove it on the SEC level. So I think Josh Heupel, it's not even close. And going back to the thing, Keith was just texting me, man. He was like, Vegas wants even money on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he thinks Florida could win 8, but that's the ceiling. But he was like, yeah, money moves because Vegas wants it on both sides so they can win. But I'm going with Heupel, bro.
Okay, so
we see it with our eyes. We ain't gotta project nothing. His is in the rearview mirror. Like,
well, let's have this conversation. Let's have a conversation. Heupel came in 2020. His first season as the coach was 2021. That was his first season as a coach, right? So in 2021, he went 7-6.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
In 2022, he went 11-2. In 2023, he went 9-4. Yep. 2023, he went 9-4. 2024, he went 10-3. And they went to the college football playoff and they lost to Ohio State. And in 2025, he went 8-5 and lost a bowl game. So is that sustained? Because that looks like this to me. That's what that looks like to me. It looks like 7-11, 7-11. Then you dip down to 9, peak back at 10, and then you dip back down to 8.
Yeah, that's 11, 9, 10. That's
like a 9, probably like a 9-win.
9-win. Yeah, it's
but in cyclical terms, it looks like this because you're not in the conversation every year for the playoffs.
Man, to me, it looks like just an arc, just kind of he arcing.
It literally does this. He literally does 7,
11, 10, 9.
No, 7, 11.
That ain't
9,
a big dip though.
10,
from
8.
Yeah, that ain't a big dip from 11, 9, 10. I mean,
so are we saying like sustainable success in terms of making the playoffs, or just like sustainable success as in fielding a winning team?
No, he has a winning team, but the expectation when you hear Tennessee fans talk about Josh Heupel is we need to be in the playoff conversation.
Right.
So when fans are talking about it like that, now my thing is I have to judge you that way, and to judge him that way, and I'm looking at it. It's as if, I'll have a good season this year. If this tracks, he should win 10 plus games this year. If this tracks based on what he has done since 2021.
Right. Yeah, he should win that.
That's what he should do.
He should win at least 9, I think.
And then the year after that, it should dip right back down from what the
maybe
what's
it could go up to 11 though.
But I'm looking at the pattern. I'm looking at the pattern right here. 7. So you won 7 your first year as a head coach. You won 11 your next year. You won 9 your third year. You won 10 your fourth year, and your 8th year you won 8.
Okay. So you got, the peak was 11. You dipped down to 9, then 10, and you drop back down to 8. You started at 7, right?
Yeah.
Give me that. If you telling me that Alex Golesh was gonna give me that,
real, bro, for real.
Auburn, if he comes in here 7 games first year, 11 games next year, 9, 10, drop back down to 8, and project it to 9 the next year, like that's what we're hoping. That's kind of some of the success we're hoping that we can get from this coach. That's kind of what they're hoping that they can get from Florida. We haven't had that, so like the fact that he's that trajectory right there is kind of, of course I want to be a playoff team every year, right? 10 give me 10 games every year. Absolutely. But at the current state of our programs, I think I can speak for both Auburn and Florida. We'll take that. I take that 5-game arc. I take that 5-year arc.
Happily, bro, because it's
That's like
like
a
at least
game. That's like a 9-game average, right? A 9-game running average. If you average it out to like a 9-game average, and if you telling me that Alex Golesh is going to be a 9-win coach perennially, I take that.
Yeah, give it to me every
So
year,
basically, what you're telling me is because we've had this conversation before, and we've had this conversation ad nauseum, and I know that one person is going to like what I'm about to say, even though I don't like what I'm about to say. So basically, you saying you would take Auburn from 2013 to 2018 is what you would take Auburn as. 2019, you will take that period of Auburn football right now.
Give me the records. Give me the record.
Give me the record. Yeah.
2013, 12-2. You lost in the national championship game. 2014, 8-5. 2015, 7-6. 2016, 8-5. 2017, 10-4. You lost in the SEC championship game. 2019, 9-4. So you say you would take that 5-year period, that 5-6-year period, which is if you add up the numbers, is not that far off from where Gus Malzahn was in that 5-year period.
But those are big dips, though.
That's a
okay.
Yeah,
when you look at
the period, I think that Heupel's probably about a game better than that.
Right?
Honestly.
It's like
about a game better than that. Gus
right
is probably
now,
that's probably like an 8.5 to 8-game average. I get it. It's close, but like I think Heupel's probably about that 5-year arc. It's probably about a game better than that.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I would take it. Don't get me wrong, I would take that. But I think it's on the comparisons, just what Ted says. The dips are a little lower with Gus than with Heupel.
And this is also you do have to consider this is also a year
8-9 wins is what Heupel is what Heupel
right.
giving you.
You think about it,
in the dips is what Heupel's giving you 8-9 wins.
You think about it. He started here. He started here. He reached the plateau. He kind of stayed there, dipped a little bit, and then this 8-win season that we're talking about. This is a season where they was projected to not do anything because their quarterback walked out of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was expecting him to do anything. He got 8 wins out of that. Like, man, there's a lot of people think that with Nico, it probably would have been 9 to 10 wins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely, man. Give me that arc.
Okay, all right. Calvin Peterson said, man, AG and I believe BB will break records this year at Auburn, and we will have 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards. Shout out to Calvin Peterson with the $5 super chat. We appreciate you so much, Calvin, my guy, for rocking with us, man. As always, man. Let's take a look at some of the comments that they came through, man. We appreciate y'all so much for that. Calvin came back and said Auburn is being disrespected. DC, he said he disagreed with you. Auburn is being disrespected.
I respect Calvin Peterson, man. I respect
The king of the comments, Travell, said Tennessee hasn't been below 7 wins in 6 years. Well, we just brought it out. We just brought it out. 5 Adam comes in and says, man, Summerall is the best out of the 3.
We'll see.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
We'll see.
Okay, 5 Adam. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'll expound on that a little bit more. 5 Adam, you still in the chat. Kid Country in here, man. What's up, kid? How you feeling? Kids.
Yeah.
He said, tune in and had an elite day at Adelines by Chef Country. Record-breaking numbers today. I'm tired, boss. Shout out to Kid, man.
Yeah.
They had record-breaking numbers today.
Kid.
Today was the day when they had like the stakes and everything. Is what he was telling us.
Yeah.
Kid, we're gonna keep pushing it till you can't even walk in the restaurant. You're gonna be crawling in that thing. We're gonna keep pushing it, bro.
We like
Absolutely.
it, man. Shout out to Kid Country, man. Make sure y'all head on over there to Adelines 2371 Highway 14 to Talkerville, Alabama, man. Calvin Peterson said AG, Alex Golesh is who's gonna have the sustained success of those 3. Calvin Peterson, man, I like you, man. I like you, man. The king of the comments said, Josh, you seen him do it. He going with Heupel too. Is what he said.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Mob Tie said we've seen him build it, but is that his peak? I think it is. Mob Ties, I feel you on this right here. Is Josh Heupel at his peak? Is what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Is Josh Heupel at his peak with where we've been at? And we're gonna talk about this in a minute because we're gonna look at these teams a little bit more in depth and try to figure out exactly how this thing looks and how it goes, man. So yeah, this is gonna be great, man. This is gonna be great. Slugged Up Durkin said, man, to be fair, those records low. Last time we had a 1K wide receiver was in the middle. Well, I was in middle school in 99. Yes, it was. You are very true. You are very true. Very true. Mike McKinney, you reading my mind because you got the great segue there. So who's the QB for these teams in question? Well, guess what?
Right.
We're about to talk about it, Mike McKinney. Clip this. Let's talk about it, man. Let's get to it. So let's look at these guys. Let's look at them. So where do we want to start? Well, let's start with the team that we know very, very well. Let's start with them. Let's start with Auburn. Let's look at Auburn.
Okay.
Auburn Tigers, man. You look here, you see Byron Brown, you see the numbers there, you see what the numbers say. I'll read them off to you. If the text is a little low, I apologize. We'll get that taken care of the next time because we have to be elite around here. That's what we have to be. We have to. You look at Byron Brown numbers. He had a 66.6% completion percentage last season in 2025, 3,158 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 1,008 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns, a total of 42 touchdowns, which led all FBS quarterbacks in 2025. You look at some of the key players that's going to return for Auburn. Look at Jeremiah Cobb, was less than 40 yards away from being a 1,000-yard rusher last year. Keyshawn Singleton, USF transfer. 877 receptions last year. Could be one of Byron Brown's go-to receivers. And then you look at Chaz Nimrod, who did play in the SEC at Tennessee. And apparently he could be predicted to be one of the guys that could go over 1,000 yards this year in an Auburn uniform. He could be the first guy since 1999 to do that. And then of course you look up at the top where you see the 25 recruiting class, the transfer portal class, and then what the record was last year under the Hugh Freeze era. Any thoughts on this before we move on to the next when we talk about this, or have we talked about this? Have we talked about Auburn enough to where there's nothing else that we need to say about it? Either one of y'all can go. It's up to y'all.
Yeah, I think I think we talked about it.
All right, cool. That's all I needed to know because I had a feeling. It's pretty
good. In short.
I had a feeling it was going to happen. I had that feeling right there.
In short, he's a pretty damn good quarterback.
That's what that tells us. That tells us, man. Yeah, all right, let's move on to the next team. All right, where we want to go next? You pick it. Do y'all want to go Florida or Tennessee?
Go Florida.
Let's talk about Florida then. Them Florida Gators, man. Let's look at Florida. Mm-hmm. So you see Florida right here, man. We have to take a look at what Florida has done. At the top, of course, you see what the 25 recruiting class was, the transfer portal ranking, and what their overall record was last year under Billy Napier. We all know that they have a new head coach there in John Sumrall, which we took a look. We've taken a look at already. But they have a little bit of a quarterback battle. Okay. There seems to be a little bit of a quarterback battle that will potentially stretch out until the fall. You have Aaron Follow there, transfer from Georgia Tech, guy that came over with Buster Faulkner, who is the OC at Florida right now. You take a look at what he did in 2025 at Georgia Tech, 373 passing yards. He had 1 passing TD, 1 interception, and he had 75% completion percentage. And then you look at, I know y'all can't see the bottom part there, but I can see it. I'll read it to you. He's Georgia's all-time high school passing leader with just under 14,000 yards at 13,922. He broke Trevor Lawrence's record as well. He has 2 years of eligibility left. Then you look at the guy, Tramel Jones Jr. Tramel Jones Jr., who was on this roster last year at Florida. In 2025, he had 191 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 60% completion percentage. He was an Elite 11 finalist, a 4-star out of Jacksonville, Florida. His adjusted completion percentage was 78.8%, which was 3rd among true freshman QBs with 40-plus dropbacks last year in 2025. And you look at some of the key players that Florida looks to return, at running back. Tez mentioned him earlier, Jaden Baugh, 1,000-yard rusher last year in the SEC for Florida on a bad Florida team. On a bad Florida offense for sure. I think the defense was pretty solid. But a bad Florida offense that had a really good player that can run the football, Jaden Baugh. Want to see how close he can get to that 2,000-yard mark, 1,500 plus yards. Can he get that this year? Then, of course, Eric Singleton Jr. Eric Singleton Jr. transferred from Georgia Tech, transferred to Auburn. Now he is transferred to Florida, back with the offensive coordinator he was working with when he was at Georgia Tech, Buster Falk. And then, of course, edge LJ McCray is returning as pass rusher. Had 46 total tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble last year. Looking at this, fellas, what's your thoughts on this, man? I'm gonna start with you, Ted, first.
Oh man, well, this is a quarterback battle, basically. Yes. It's a quarterback battle between two quarterbacks that have not played significant. Well, outside of Philo, well, neither one of them actually have played any significant snaps in college football. So this isn't a can they do it? This isn't a they did it in the AAC. Now can they do it in the SEC question? This is a they did it in high school. Now can they do it in college question?
Yes.
And from a quarterback perspective, that's you hope that one of these guys, I know Summerall is hoping one of these guys could be the guy and perform well. I think everybody knows that Philo has the edge because he's coming in with Buster Faulkner. So there's an advantage there. But yeah, this is classic quarterback battle between two unproven commodities in the college game. So you ask yourself, how can Florida make up for that? Well, if you go look at that key players to watch, that first name up there is how you can do that. Jaden Barr. All right. Turn around and hand him the football, you can stay in some games. Florida traditionally has, and Summerall, actually, Summerall and Florida and the Florida Gators, both entities have traditionally had a pretty decent defenses. So, yeah, man, when I look at this, I would if this were my team, I would love to have a proven commodity at quarterback. I will say that. So yeah, this is one of the reasons that I said that, like, I think that Auburn is being I'm with you when you say that Auburn is being disrespected, because I think if you take, like I said, if you take Alex Golesh and you switch these two quarterbacks out, and you put Byron Brown's picture up there, and then under the key players, you put all the players that he had just threw for when he threw for 3,000 yards in the last season. Florida's number would be way higher than the 6.5 right there that they're giving Auburn in Florida. So that's what I mean by that when I say, like, yeah, if you switch these situations out, the only reason that we're 6.5 is because it's Auburn, right? You put that same situation in Florida, all of a sudden Florida is probably a 7.5 or 8.5.
Someone is hearing, and you have that Omega level mutant thing that I had, because you read in my mind. DC, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree, man. He said it all. There's not much I can add to that. Because I was thinking the same thing that Philo. He's coming in and has been in the system with Buster Faulkner, so he's going to be just like the guys that came from USF with Golesh. They're hitting the field first. They know the system. That's happening at Auburn. So when he hits the field, he's going to be first in line, first in reps. You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to be more efficient. He knows the offense. He's been in it. So for now, I'll say he would probably be, the favorite right now. But, Tramel may take him over. Same with Auburn, bro. They was like the backup from USF has been more efficient than Tia right now, because he's been in the system. He knows it. All of the USF players are in the system, and they are leading the Auburn players that were left over. So I think Florida, as far as a comparable, I agree 100%. Auburn has the better quarterback, and I don't think it's even close, honestly. So I go with Auburn as the better quarterback, the better system meshing, because we've seen it proven. We haven't seen Philo do it on the SEC level. So
okay. All right. I'm just saying, and we didn't even put Xavier Atkins on that list of key players to watch on the offense side.
Like what DC is saying, what I said, that, like, this is common sense. Like, it's common sense. I find it, like, hilarious that people would believe in a quarterback who's they were leaving players who've never played college football
Right.
before, essentially,
Mhm.
versus a player that threw for 3,000 yards, ran for 1,000, and then throw up that like, oh man, he just did it in the ACC.
Right.
When there
Right.
are other teams that don't even have that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you ask the average person that's not an Auburn fan, they believe more in what Florida and John Summerall is going to put on the field, even
absolutely.
though the only really proven commodity on offense is Jaden Barr.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
I just don't understand that, man. That like, I don't know. I know that's a different episode, but it's
No.
Auburn. That's that Auburn bias, right? And
It's
it
logo
affects our
watching,
fan
bro.
base
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
it's
like
it's
even some of our own fans are like, "Oh man, I don't believe in that because they played against high school players last year." I'm like, no, they literally played against high school players last year. Like,
yeah, the last time they played against high school players for
it's
sure.
mind blowing, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what I've been saying for the longest, man. That's all I've been saying. I want to take a look at this real quick. Shout out to King Richard. His Royal Highness has entered the chat. What's up, King, man? How you feeling, man? Hope you feeling. Mike McKinney came in and said, man, 42 to 7 touchdown to interception ratio. Wow, that's enough said. There it is. Talk about Byron Brown had 42 total touchdowns last year. D Lev in here said, man, we'll take that now. Talking about the records and everything like that. Shout out to D Lev, man. We appreciate you, man. Wade, man. Wade been man, shout out to Wade. Man, Wade just said what you said in the chat. He said, who has a 3,000 yard pass and a 1,000 yard rush on their team this year? We do. Elite. That's what it is, Wade. I think I said it just like you. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at one Tennessee. And it's not better. Tennessee has technically a 3-man race at quarterback. I mean, now let's be honest about this. Let's be real. This is probably the first time in Josh Heupel's existence as a head coach in the SEC that he has had a true quarterback competition in this room. You go back to when he first got there. You had Joe Milton, but you also went out and had Hendon Hooker in that room as well. Yep. Hendon Hooker took over, actually ended up being better. But then when Hendon Hooker left, you had Joe Mixon, who knew the system. Then when Joe Mixon left, guess who you had that was waiting behind? One Nico Iamaleava, who was there as well. He's the only, as much as people talk about it, Nico is the only Tennessee quarterback to have taken Tennessee to the college football playoff, to a college football playoff appearance. Is what he is. Is what he is. He's the only quarterback to have done that. Now, last year, you lucked up. I'm going to keep saying lucked up because you went and got a Joey Aguilar who played 2 years of college football at Appalachian State, was a 3,000 yard passer each one of those seasons. And when the whole first trade in college football happened for Nico and Joey Aguilar, you had a guy that understood and that played a lot of snaps in college football, is what you had. You looking at this room right here, which is why I was surprised when y'all said Josh Heupel and things of that nature, because this right here is potentially the first time Josh Heupel has a real quarterback battle with something that he does not know. And let's go through it, man. You're talking about George McIntyre. George McIntyre, 4-star recruit from Tennessee, from the Tennessee area. Did not play last year. I don't think he registered not one stat last year, if I'm not mistaken. 2024 was his high school's. He was a senior in high school. These were his stats in 2024. As a high school senior, 2,700 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 66% completion, 9 rushing touchdowns, 6'6", 205 pounds. You move on over to the freshman, the true freshman, and Brandon Faison. I got his name backwards on there. It should be Brandon Faison. 6'4", 215 pounds from Greensboro, North Carolina. He played in high school last year as well, too. Total high school career, 6,374 yards, 72% completion percentage, 79 touchdowns, 21 rushing touchdowns. The only quarterback that has some type of college football reps and snaps at the quarterback position is Ryan Staub, transfer from Colorado. Played with Coach Prime last year. Played with Coach Prime last year. And he wasn't even a starter. Wasn't even a starter last year for majority of the season. 25 seasons, 25 stats, 427 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 54.5% completion percentage at quarterback. Of course, you see up there at the top, they were outside the top 12 in the transfer portal when it came to on 3, 11th nationally with 247 sports composite, 8-5 record last year under Josh Heupel. You look at some of the key players that they have returning. Deshaun Bishop, running back, 1,000-yard rusher, should be another. I'm not expecting him to be less than 1,000 this year. Just gonna be honest. Aaron Carter, who went into the draft process, came back out of the draft process, and is coming back as one of Tennessee on the Tennessee defense as one of the leaders on Tennessee's defense at linebacker. And then of course the 5-star freshman that is more than likely going to step on the field and play as a freshman, Tristan Keys, who I think is before the season is going to be probably 1 or 2 in the receiver room for Tennessee. And at the bottom of that, where it says the season outlook, it says Heupel enters year 6 with the most uncertain QB situation of his tenure. Whoever wins this 3-way battle inherits a loaded offense. 5-star wide receivers, a veteran offensive line, an elite back in Deshaun Bishop. The spring could define Tennessee's 2026 ceiling. Basically, what that is saying right there is, if the quarterback position is not solidified and you make the wrong decision, this could be a disastrous year for Tennessee. Your thoughts on that, DC?
Man, I'm like when we talked about Kirby Smart and them falling off last year. I'm in the same place I am with Josh Heupel. His tenure, I don't think, has been longer, but with Josh Heupel, man, you look at his history, man. He hasn't lost under 7 games. Now with Auburn, they have a better quarterback situation, but with Tennessee, they have a better O-line situation and probably a better overall offensive situation as far as talent is concerned. So pair that with Josh Heupel and what he's doing in history, man, you have to say Tennessee, you don't expect them maybe to just fall off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? So I would say Auburn has a better quarterback situation and maybe a better system pairing at the quarterback. But the rest of the offense, man, I would take Tennessee offensive line right now. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a question over what Auburn has. So, and then again, Josh Heupel has done it before. And then Golish is Josh Heupel sensei. I mean, Josh Heupel is Golish's sensei. So
I don't know about that. I don't know about
he is, man.
I don't know about all that.
He is, man.
I think they work well together. I ain't gonna say he was. I ain't gonna say he learned
man. That man, he was with Josh Heupel at UCF, and they went to Tennessee together. He been under Josh Heupel, man. So Josh Heupel is his sensei. That's the truth. So
okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would say they have a better quarterback situation, but overall, man, if they that's one component. It's an important component, but if they can get that component right, man, they probably win 8 games again, or 8 plus again.
Okay, Tez, I want to ask a question, Tez. What's your thoughts on that? You see that? What's your
first
thoughts?
First of all, nicely done. Nicely done. I appreciate a good setup, and you ran me right into that. I had no idea that was coming. I appreciate that, man. And I saw that graphic come up, and I saw those 3 quarterbacks. I was like, man, this guy. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, man, you're right. The facts are the facts. I can't dispute that. Heupel's going into there with a quarterback situation that is pretty much up in the air. I don't know where the Aguilar situation stands. I guarantee you, with that quarterback room, they not finna stop trying. Right? Exactly. We get into the season. So, well, I'll give you this. Josh Heupel himself, we've seen plug and play at the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. Similar system to Auburn, where they ultimately want to run the football, and they have the components to be able to do that. Veteran offensive line, Deshaun Bishop coming back. Tennessee will be able to run the football, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you do need a trigger man, right? Absolutely. For this offense, you do need a trigger man. But, however, you don't need him to be a world beater for it to work. Right. This is why we're so high on Byron Brown at Auburn, because we have, you know, a 1,000-yard rusher in that spot, right? Playing the quarterback position in the system where you don't even need that good of a quarterback to run this thing. And we have one that threw for 3,000 and 1,000 last year. So I mean, ran for 1,000 last year. So that's why we're kind of high on this. But with Tennessee, like I said, kind of like DC pointed to, they have a very experienced offensive line returning. They're going to be able to run the football. Deshaun Bishop is an elite back. So it'll come down to whichever one of these quarterbacks execute that offense the best. And when I say execute, I mean getting in and out of plays, getting the play calls in, runs the tempo to the fullest. Not necessarily the most talented person, but who keeps us moving, right? So I have faith that in this offense that quarterback won't be as much of a hindrance as in some other systems, right? So like when we put up the Florida situation, they're going to be running a system where the quarterback you kind of need, you know, you need a Haynes King, still pretty much, you know what I'm saying? You need a quarterback that's pretty talented. So that's why I said that about them. But then when I look at Tennessee, I give them the grace of the system that they're going to be running. You don't need a world beater. The most important thing that you need is to be able to run the football, and they'll still be able to do that. And defensively, they've been getting after it right now. I know that defense ranked low last year, but they led the conference in sacks. I think they were near the top in turnovers. So, and they had a great home environment. And Josh Heupel, like DC said, Josh Heupel, as you know, we have evidence year after year after year of him being able to plug and play at quarterback, one, and also field 1,000-yard rusher. So that gives me a little bit of grace. But man, nicely done. I was like, man, this dude. I didn't see it coming, man.
All good. It's all good. It's all good. No, man. I just look at it, and I think Ant gonna come in a minute. Ant, if you come in, come on back in. If you're gonna come back in, Ant, we're gonna get your perspective real quick. But I want to ask y'all this question. After we have seen the comparison of the schedules, we have looked at each coach resumes, total resumes, and we have seen the data sheets for each team that we have talked about as well. We've seen those guys. I want y'all to think about this because I'm about to bring in Ant real quick. Everybody's favorite insider, our favorite insider, your favorite insider, and the insider. We're about to bring him in. I want y'all to ponder on this real quick. We're gonna go today. We're gonna do it right now. Over under. Are those over unders correct? And we're gonna do it. Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite insider, my favorite insider, everybody's favorite insider, the lovable one, Ant the insider. What's up, Ant? What's on your mind, man?
Hey, what's happening? How y'all doing?
Boy, Ant, you sounded clear. Bro, Ant sounded clear.
Hey, whoa,
you got all that War Eagle mumble, didn't you?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Ant on the landline. He on like a wire phone, bro.
Leave me alone right now, man. Leave me alone now.
You got the bag phone.
Let it go for right now. Hey, let it go for right now, okay?
All right, Ant, what's on your mind? What point did we
Oh.
not bring up that you want to bring up?
Y'all didn't bring up the fact that Auburn has a third-year defensive coordinator in their back pocket, and everybody else just getting one.
That's a good point.
Solid.
Durkin's been at Auburn for 3 years this season. Florida, new DC. Tennessee, new DC. So
You know, Ant,
I mean,
you know, Ant, that's a valid point.
I'm just saying.
I'm not disputing your point. I'm not disputing it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm really not disputing it. I agree with you that they do have a 30C, but I will combat that and say that, well, Jim Knowles is one of the top defensive minds in college football, and he's the defensive coordinator.
He is
at Tennessee. You know, he was part of that Ohio State team that won a national championship a couple of years ago, as well, and things stuff of that nature. So does he Does he become? I mean, is that a cancel out? Florida, Brad White, if it's the defensive coordinator at Florida, don't really know too much about him. To be honest with you, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I don't know too much about Brad White, the defensive quarterback in Florida. I believe he was at Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I believe he was at Kentucky
Okay, so
the past couple of
let's
seasons.
go.
So
Let's go look at Jim Knowles, right?
okay,
He was at Penn State for what, a year,
it
2
was
years, a
1 year.
year?
1 year.
Mhm.
Okay, and in a year, he got James Franklin fired.
Well, he didn't get James Franklin fired.
Not to mention, I mean, true, but not to mention Penn State defense didn't come on till later on in that year.
Okay.
Their defense was struggling the first 4 or 5 games.
Okay.
And everybody that has had him as a DC, either the first 4 or 5 games or basically the first half of that season, the defense struggles because his defense is kind of it has a lot of principles to it too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
can Tennessee catch on quick to that defense?
I mean, they got a lot. They got some
but
veterans
week
coming back.
4,
They got veterans coming back.
I hope they don't buy the 4th game.
they do, but that's still, but that's still. I mean, that's still. Think about it though, Nick. That's still their first year in that defense.
Okay. I mean, that's a good
So
point. I mean, I'm not disputing.
For
Disputing.
real,
Not
for
disputing your. I'm not disputing your. I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm not disputing what you're saying.
And let's not forget that Tennessee plays Texas before they play us.
So, are you giving Texas more credence?
So how much of a factor in that? How much?
So basically, are you saying are you giving
No.
Texas the credence that the national media is giving them? Or are you just saying they just playing Texas
No,
because Texas
I'm
is one
not
of the bigger
doing
brands of
that.
college football?
But
I think it'll be a physical game. I don't know about credence, but
and that's yeah, Tez. I'm like that. I feel like it's gonna be physical. So I mean, Tennessee gonna be wore down.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Even though we play, I mean,
Take a look at Tennessee's schedule. Take a look at Tennessee's
Vandy's gonna
schedule.
be an okay team, but
Take a look at the schedule. You got Furman, you got Georgia Tech, you got Kennesaw State. They do play Texas, and then as you said, then they play Auburn the week before they play Auburn. They got Arkansas, they play Alabama, South Carolina. Then they had a bye week in Kentucky and Texas A&M, LSU, and Vanderbilt. So that is their schedule. You are correct. So I guess y'all saying that the Texas game has the ability to be a physical game before they get to Auburn, even though it is a home game. It is a home game for them. So are you hoping that Texas goes in there and just beats up on Tennessee and Auburn can come in and do what Auburn does?
Yep.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Auburn plays Vanderbilt.
I surely is.
right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I surely am, because the crowd is only gonna take us so far.
Okay. If everybody wants to know, we'll take a look at Auburn's schedules. We'll take a look at Auburn's schedule as well. You know, Auburn starts out with Baylor, then Southern Miss. You play Florida and Vanderbilt back to back at home, and then, as you stated, you know, you play Tennessee. You have the bye. You have Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss on the road. Ole Miss on the road. Arkansas, Mississippi State, Sanford, and Alabama. So just take a look at both schedules. You know, that's what we do here. You know, we try to give you visuals, which is what we're going to continue to do now. You know, it's great, so great. All right, I feel it, man. I feel it.
You all right, Ant?
I mean,
Yeah, that's what
I don't see 5 losses in our schedule.
Okay. He's a 5 losses. All right, then. That's what it is. Let's take a look at some of these comments before we get back to the question before we get up out of here, man. Shout out to King Richard, man. He said, shout out to KK. They beat Jackson last night, 16-2, man. Good God. She went 1 for 1, a double with 2 RBIs and a hit by the pitch. 3 stolen
what's up.
bases. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to KK, man. Shout out to KK. Mike McKinney said Kirby has never had to start a freshman or sophomore either at quarterback. Good point.
What was Stetson Bennett?
Stetson Bennett was a red shirt junior.
Red shirt junior. Okay.
Something like that nation. And the fact, like I said, Heupel has not. This is the most uncertain his quarterback room has been. He has not known what was behind what if it didn't work. So I don't know, man. I got William in the chat. What's up, William T? He said Auburn is beating UGA this year. I'm claiming it. I like it, man. I like it. Tell us. We want to claim it too. I'm not gonna claim it. I gotta wait until I see that one. That's all I'm saying. haven't beat Georgia on the road in
forever.
Shout out to Kelp, man. What's up, Kelp G5? He said, Tennessee has been the same since Goldich left on the offensive side of the ball, is what he said. And then he said, I don't know about the plug and play at QB. Nico didn't look good. Listen.
Hey,
Nico didn't look good, but Nico took them to a college football playoff appearance. I'll tell you that.
And that is exactly my point. That is exactly my point. Nico did not look good, yet with poor quarterback play, what you're saying, they were able to operate this offense efficiently enough to win 11 games and to get to the college football playoff. So when I say you don't need a world beater at quarterback for it to work, that's exactly what I'm saying there, Kelp. You're 100% correct.
Yeah. Shout out to Kelp, man. Appreciate you coming around the water cooler and chopping it up with us, man. We appreciate you so much, man. And as King Richard said, hit that like button. Do that for us, man. We appreciate that so much, man, because it helps us and it helps the algorithm. So, last question before we get out of here, man. After we have seen all of the statistical data, we've seen all the graphics, we've seen all the information. Do you still believe that Tennessee is the disrespected team here and not Auburn, DC?
Yeah, I do, man. Keith texted me. He said Jones looking good and spring. You know what I'm saying? They got their quarterback battle going. Tennessee, they got younger quarterbacks. But again, man, if I had to put it on the line, man, if you could guarantee, I would have to say I would be able to guarantee that Josh Heupel, according to history, man, you've seen it. That we've seen it with our eyes, man. We can't deny what we've seen with our eyes, man, and go with what we projected in our mind. Hopefully our projections are right in our mind. I'm not down on Auburn. I think they will, like I said, come out efficient because they have the system they brought with us. I think they will come out playing fast and efficient. I'm not down on Auburn in any kind of way. I'm just saying if you go into recent history, man, you have to go with Tennessee is being disrespected, my guy. Oh God! Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Ivy League.
I know. That's why I'm saying, oh God! Oh God!
Oh man! Shout out to Ivy League Clemson, man. What's up, my guy? I hope you feeling good, man. Hope mom's good, man. You good over here in my book, man.
I still go with Tennessee being disrespected.
Okay. And is Auburn being disrespected? I think the phone. I think we spoke too soon.
No.
Never mind. Why it took you so long to respond?
Hey, I told you. All
right, go ahead.
It ain't my fault.
Go ahead and make your point. We're trying to get out of here, man. Go ahead and make your point. We're trying to leave.
Me alone. So, no, Auburn's not being
disrespected, sir. God,
that sounds better right there. That sounds better.
Oh, that's great, man. What did you do?
That was great. What happened there?
and turn the button to the button.
or he Bluetoothed it to the trunk.
Well, no, Auburn not being disrespected. You know what? Next time Ted, next time Ted is gonna be on purpose. Know that.
Oh my God, bro!
I'm sorry.
No,
man.
I just want to know. Did you Bluetooth it to the truck? That's all I want to know. Does it sound different on our end?
Nah, I put it on speakerphone.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I was curious.
So
because it definitely sounds different.
It'll be different. It'll be different tomorrow. I have my phone back tomorrow. So
tomorrow we ain't gonna be on here tomorrow. We talking about.
Hey, you'll be okay for the night. You'll be okay. You don't have to deal with this part. So look, listen, man. Let me make my point. Now you said you want me to hurry up and make my point. I'm trying to make my point. So No, Auburn's not being disrespected because to the national media, we have too many questions.
Okay.
Wow.
And
I agree with that.
the number one question is what you've been hearing since Golas got here is all these South Florida players gonna work at Auburn. So until they see it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what you should expect. But I'm here to let y'all know now.
Okay.
Insider hot take. Pound the over. Auburn will win more than 7 games this year. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Ant.
All right.
You heard it from the elite insider himself. Pound the over. And he just gave us the answer to the last question. Tez, is Auburn being disrespected?
See, this is why I love sensible conversations, man. When we can sit in here, have a dialect, you got stats up. I love this because I'm gonna change my stance from the beginning. I think Auburn is being disrespected.
There we go.
So. Having looked at at all those rosters, man. Kind of like I said, yeah, the national media is saying, can these are ACC players, can they perform in the SEC? But when we look down the rosters of these other teams, particularly the quarterback rooms, these guys haven't played college football, right? Yeah, the national media doesn't say anything about that. Nobody's questioning that. So I give you that. Now, I will say I do think Tennessee is also being disrespected because the media won't tell you, but we know the games are won in the trenches, and they have the best offensive line out of the 3. They also return quite a bit of skill players on the outside, and like you, Nick, I think Tristan Keys. I wanted him at Auburn. I think he's the real deal.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think Auburn is being a bit disrespected from that standpoint because you're ranking them. We're being ranked evenly or behind teams that have quarterback rooms and players who haven't even played college football yet. Right? A lot of these guys have not taken a snap in college football yet. So yeah, for that reason, yeah, I think both of those teams are being disrespected just a tad.
So Tez. Hey, Tez,
that is not me.
It says Tez from 205. That's what it says.
It says Tez from 205.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Shout out to Tez from 205. We got 2 Tezes. Oh,
two
snap.
Tezes.
What's
Right.
up?
Okay.
In the same place.
Let's have a rap on. Let's have a you know what I'm saying, a rap battle or something to prove who the real Tez is.
Disrespected. That's
He
what
wins.
we're not being disrespected. We have yet to prove anything like Buddy said. So I mean, I get it. I get it. But here's the thing, Tez from 205. Shout out to you. Welcome around the water cooler. When you start looking at these preseason rankings and how things work, you are supposed to look at what the current roster, in my opinion, you look at what the current roster is made up of and how it fits to whatever the system is that's being run and how it projects against the teams that you are playing. You look at we've said it multiple times, not just on this show, but on multiple shows before that Auburn has the quarterback that's been in the system on the offense side. On the offense side, they had the quarterback that's been in the system for at least 4 years. They have basically just picked up the wide receiver room and just dropped it at Auburn. Now we're in the system with this same quarterback. You have 4 number one rated, number one running backs in this running back room that were number one running backs on their teams last year. The only question that everybody has about this team on the offense side of the ball is the offensive line. That's really it, and they have recruited guys that fit what they want to do offensively scheme-wise, which I think, when you see it, you may be surprised at it because I don't think they're going to be people movers on the offensive line. I think they're just going to be good at the point of attack, and then boom, you're just going to see a lot of guys just running the football from there. That's what I think. I don't think you're going to see a bunch of people movers on this offensive line moving forward with Alex Golesh and these guys in place. Go over to the defensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball, that front seven, majority of that front seven is back. You add Deshaun Womack in that front seven. You potentially going to add another guy in the portal, a guy that's in the portal. Even though there isn't a spring portal, he just hasn't committed nowhere yet. The guy from Baylor, he's visiting Auburn. So you have another guy that's played a lot of snaps in college football. You have Jared Smith there as well. I just sit here and I just look at it and I just say, with what Auburn has come back on the defensive side of the ball and what the system and how the players have been a part of it for so long, I think it is. I think it is, when you take it into consideration, I think it is a little bit disrespectful. I'm not saying it's a lot. I think it is. That should add some credence to it when you look at it from the outside in. Fellas, man, this has been a great conversation, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Let's do this before we get up out of here, man. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you go and subscribe to these YouTube channels I got at It's SEC Season. What I got, Ted Titan Sports and Alabama Football Make the Cats. I got DC Wolf over at Auburn_Addicts TV. Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. Be Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast. At the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube. Kid Country Man on YouTube as well. And the legend himself, Bubba and the old man, Auburn Sports Talk. Also, go subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk with I got Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carr. And I got Dylan over at the College Loop, man. Also, support the people that support Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Shout out to my quarterback. That's my guy, DJ. I hope he get the Braves back soon. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood and EY. And follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2A. Support the people that support us, man. We appreciate that so much. Also, man, you heard him in the chat, man. He had an elite day at Adelines, groundbreaking day, record-breaking day at Adelines today. Adelines by Chef Country, where we do it right. 2371 Highway 14 at Toggleville, Alabama. Chef Country, man. Make sure you go over there and check them out. We will be there October 17th, 2026 for the Auburn, Georgia game. We'll be going live from there, man. So we want y'all to check us out there as well. If you want to get some of that strawberry banana pudding,
Yeah,
there is
got the little sprinkle crumbles on that thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. That's a sample. I'm just telling you, that's a sample.
Yes,
What's gonna be there when we there October 17th. And if you want to go there before the end and after, take your family, man. Make it a day trip. Take your family. Go check it out, man. Also, do us a favor, man. Follow us on our socials, man. At CoolersPod23 on Twitter. Follow us at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, the Water Cooler Talk podcast on Facebook, man. Also visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, it's www.watercoolertalksports.com, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us as always, man. DC, DC left. My bad. Hey, man, make sure y'all go subscribe over to DC over at Auburn_Addicts TV, man. Make sure y'all head on over there and check him out and go subscribe to him, man. We appreciate that so much, man. Everybody's favorite insider, Ant. What you guys say to the people before we get up out of here, my guy?
I'm just coming back from Mexico. Y'all call John Summerall and tell him that.
Why he want to know? He don't care.
Because he made the comment when he was saying that Florida's not where they need to be, that he had to cancel his trip to Mexico.
Oh, that's right. That's a good point.
He did say that. I forget about that.
He did say that. He did say that. You're right. Tess, what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, my guy?
Oh man, hey, I love this, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, man. Much love to Nick, everybody on the panel. Always a pleasure. Yeah, know where to find me at SEC Season. And yeah, that's it, man. Ready for the weekend, man. Ready for the weekend.
Yeah, man. Elite. That's what we are. We elite. Huggy said, RIP to the mean Joe Green. RIP.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Chuck
Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris too.
Chuck Norris too,
RIP
yeah.
to Chuck Norris, yeah, man. Walker, Texas Ranger, man. Shout out to Walker, Texas Ranger. Man, we appreciate that so much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, before we get up out of here, we always say it and we always mean it. You all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all get the man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and all of the glory. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again Monday around the water cooler, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. It is, as always, as Martin wrote on the wall when he walked out of the apartment for the last time on the Martin show. He wrote 2 words. He wrote 1 love. Ladies and gentlemen, we out this mug. Y'all be easy, man. We'll see you.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.